set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
This is why I train in martial arts.
So you can see there, this man is going to hide in his doorway while this woman comes out of hers, and he is actually looking for her. You can see him kind of peeking his head out there. He is literally targeting her and waiting for her, and when she finally gets by his door, he's just going to reach out and grab a hold of her. Now notice, obviously she doesn't want to be taken in there, but he has a size advantage and a strength advantage. Now, the little news story that I have in the description says she starts screaming, and literally nobody came to her help. She's screaming for help, literally nobody is there. And she doesn't have any answer other than sit here and scream for help. Now, eventually, this guy's going to try to find a different means, and he does. She is small enough that he can literally pick her up, and though she is trying her very best to stay out of his room and fighting with everything she has, notice she's holding onto that other door, he is eventually able to get her in the room. Now, the news story says she kept fighting and eventually was able to get away from this guy because of that. But notice what happens here. This is where this one ends.
Shout out to Active Self-Protection for that one. Yes, Active Self-Protection channel. I'm a fan of that channel. And, well, his focus is on armed combat. Mine is on unarmed. And this is, you know, that situation right there. Don't think you need martial arts lessons. I think you guys think that you can talk your way out of everything. Or you think that you're going to just use your brain and avoid everything. Or, you know, of course, there's the I'll just shoot you crowd. But if you go back and watch Active Protection's video, like he says in there, you know, she had stuff in her hands, so she wouldn't have been able to get to her gun. So if you're just going to rely on your gun as your primary, or your brass knuckles, or even your Kubotan, or your knife, you have to be able to get to it. At least learn enough martial arts so that you can get to the weapon that you're going to be using as your primary form of self-defense. Now, in that tight hallway, I will give away some techniques that I think would have worked. There are plenty that would have worked. Since she's smaller, she probably would have been able to get away with some kicking. Maybe not necessarily recommend some high kicks, but I definitely think some low kicks to the insides of the legs, especially right below where the calf muscles show up, and right in the middle of the inside thigh. Those two weak areas would have definitely been beneficial, in addition to striking to the ribs. And I would recommend doing that before going for the eyes, because he's strong. And if she had reached for the eyes first, he might have just grabbed her and picked her up because of the size advantage. But if he distracts on the lower body and really injures the guy, gets him to bend down, then she starts going after the eyes with strikes and scratches. Not just punches, but like open hand strikes and scratches and palms to the side of the chin. And I mean repeatedly, like this. Like that. Until the guy's just laying down, doesn't move. Then kick him a couple of times. Don't kill him. Kick him a couple of times and then run and scream. I think that would have helped. I would say something from the judo side of the game would be that tactic that they call stiff arming. When you lock your arms out like this in a judo contest so nobody can grab you. Stiff them with one arm. They do it in football too. Stiff them with one arm. And hit them repeatedly with the other one, just slapping at anything that you can get. Hit, scratch, bite, scream, go and turn into a bobcat, because he's probably not looking for somebody that's going to give him any trouble. And since she actually knows where he lives, she can go into bobcat mode, escape, get away, and then take the police back to where he is. So this is why I train in martial arts. This is why I tell you all to train in martial arts. And a lot of people will have told me that China is like the safest place on earth. I love China because of whatever. Well, even in what's could be the safest place on earth, I don't know how true that is. Again, I'm saying that's what I've heard because I've never traveled outside the United States. But even in a place like China, there's still going to be bad people. Bad people are going to do bad things. You can't blame this on race. This is just something that's in human nature that humans want to do to each other. And this is just an example of why you should take martial arts classes. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts. And peace. And go take some real martial arts lessons.